everybody, welcome back to Big Balls Fantasy Football. This is our FYI segment that we have from time to time, talking about the trends in fantasy and around the league that are going to have an impact on your team. So, of course, we have brought in our super fan, our Charger super fan, Smash.
I'm back.
She's back. She's back. We can't get enough of her. So, what's your prediction on the Chargers this season, fantasy-wise?
It's hard. I did scoop up Woodhead in our draft, so I had to put someone from my my team on there. We talked about it before. It's a rebuilding year. I mean, hopefully it can't. I mean, we're not as bad as the Jets or the Jaguars. I mean, I would like it to be better.
Nobody's as bad as the Jets or the Jaguars.
I think the goal for the Chargers this year is just trying to get back into playoffs, and with that and with rebuilding. So we'll see what McCoy has, and what Rivers actually can put up. So
awesome! I wish your team the best.
yeah,
So
thanks.
And Ryan Matthews is healthy for now.
For now.
Today. Anyway. Today. Anyway.
The season hasn't started yet.
That's right. So let's get started. Let's go with Jenilee over here and start off our FYIs.
Okay, so FYI, you are not going to get Super Bowl Flacco. You are going to get Wacko Flacco in week 1. He is playing away, so we know how that usually goes in the regular season. Not so good away. And the Broncos are out for revenge. You know, I mean, they lost that playoff game in a very odd fashion.
Yes.
So they're going to be out for blood. And are they conditioned, the Ravens as a whole, but are they conditioned for that mile-high air up there? You know, it's week 1. We haven't been in the regular season of the NFL yet. So how's their conditioning? We will see Thursday night.
Who's Flacco passing to? Who's out there? Are they getting somebody out of the stands?
Torrey Smith is the only one he has.
I know, but otherwise,
Only
who do they have to throw to? Some guy in row 3? I don't know what's going to happen. So
I agree with you on the Broncos part. I mean, they're out for revenge. Of all the Broncos fans and friends that I know, I mean, that was definitely devastating game for them. So I definitely think they're going to be.
And P.S. Flacco is not worth that contract.
No, especially
I
not
stick by that opinion.
Especially not on the road. We talk about it all the time on the podcast. All right. Lay one on us.
All right. Well, FYI, I thought I'd go in and let you guys all know about just some stats about fantasy football, and particularly us lovely ladies and doing it. So I found out some fun facts from 2009 to 2012. During that time span, it increased from 12% to 20% of women playing fantasy football, which over the estimated amount comes to about 5.4 million women are now playing fantasy football.
Oh my God, you're going to overrun us.
Beating the men.
In about 5 years.
Right, yeah.
Beating the men, winning championships, I'm sure.
You know, exactly, right? And I just think it's probably a lot of just, the shifts of how everything's women in the workplace too, and being football. I think maybe it kind of started, I think the marketing for NFL, like NFL.com has started marketing women's apparel and jerseys and all of this stuff so well to make it more women that I actually found out through the end of the 2011 football season, sales increased by 85% on women's apparel and stuff. And the two number one, of course, this was going to the Super Bowl of 2012, which we know would have been the Giants and the Patriots round 2. It was 60% of the jerseys sold and looked and researched and searched online were for Brady and Manning. And,
Which one did you buy?
Got to be styling at the Super Bowl party.
Exactly.
Which one did you buy?
I did not buy Bears all the way.
Right? That's right.
So with that in mind, what jerseys do you guys think? What two teams? What are women going to be buying this year? Who's going to the Super Bowl? Can you think that far yet?
Jay Cutler. I'm beating you to it. I'm going to leave you with somebody else. I'll take Jay Cutler. It's going to be Jay Cutler.
You know, I'm on the Broncos train. I got to say Peyton Manning.
You know, I was going to take Peyton Manning if you were going to take Jay Cutler.
Yeah.
Seriously, I think we're going to be playing the Broncos.
I'm going to agree with Jenilee. My take was I think that Peyton Manning's jersey is going to be one of the biggest to go this year. Right there close up with Kaepernick, though. I think a lot of people we've all jumped on the Kaepernick bandwagon. And I think we're going to see a lot of those, too.
Well, Smash, thank you for coming in and giving us those stats. My FYI is bitching and moaning about Yahoo football. they put up this new interface that is confusing as all get out, and they make it all look all pretty, and it looks like some nightclub lighting or whatever. And I'm trying to figure out how to put my people into the lineup. And what they don't realize, there's still a lot of older players playing. It's the same thing that Madden football has done. And I know I'm probably killing some sponsors here, but guys, I'm just saying, they need to really figure older people are still paying for these games, not just the kids. And they need to keep people of my age group wanting to take, in Madden, the team all the way to the end of the season, as opposed to only wanting to play 1 or 2 games overnight online. So I'm just being an older man bitching and moaning about technology.
No, but it is like a dark background. I mean, they could at least have like where your players are, like in white, possibly, like something brighter, a little brighter.
And
color.
don't get me into the grades. Don't get me into the grades. I got a C and a C minus, and we're gonna see me win off of those C's. That's what we're gonna see.
We didn't get graded in one of our leagues at all.
Really?
There was no
Lucky
grade that
you.
happened.
Lucky you.
Yeah, I like the grades though. I like the grades. I want to see how good I'm doing. I want to see my A+.
Next week's debate.
It's like being in school.
We all want the A+ for football.
Alrighty. Well, we're out of time. Thank you, everybody, for showing up for our first live episode here on the Stream.tv, and we hope you enjoyed it. You can catch us on our social media sites, and actually we have a brand new place to catch our podcast. We just switched our name to something a lot easier. You can go to blogtalk.com/bigballsfootball instead of GRR. You can catch us at bigballsfantasyfootball.com, as always, our big hub for everything, and at facebook.com/bigballsfantasyfootball, and tweet us about the show. Tell us what you thought of our first live episode at bigballsfball to give us questions for next week's show.
Absolutely. We want to hear from you guys on Twitter. And be sure to tune in next week when we have your picks for week 2. Again, our Twitter is at BigBallsFBall. And we want you guys to brag about how your first week went. And we're going to be on here bragging for sure. So tune in next week.
And don't forget to talk about RG3 and Vic, our debate.
Good night, you guys.
Good night, everybody.
Night.